So this is my Rickenbacker 4001. It's a 1975 and I bought it in 1995. I thought it was old when I got it when I was a teenager, but now it's more than twice as old. It's 50 years old now. That's nuts. It's an amazing bass, honestly. Like, I've always loved this bass. It sounds so good. I mean, can't fault it. The only thing that I changed up till now is the actual bridge. The original bridge was impossible to intonate. It was always sharp. And it was suffering from what they call tail lift, as in the butt of the tailpiece was lifting up. And when I was young, I thought that was just a normal feature of the bass, but apparently it's not. And so I dropped in a hip shot aluminum bridge. They make two versions, a brass and aluminum. Apparently aluminum is closer to the actual sound of the original bridge. And the cool thing now is that each saddle is separate and can be like adjusted separately, height and intonation. So that's amazing. And bonus, it can palm mute now. I mean, that's crazy amazing, because I mean, I prefer using that technique so that you can palm mute whatever notes you want and however you want, because the original bridge was impossible to palm mute because it had like metal protuberances that made it impossible to palm the strings, and the only way to sort of mute them was a foam that you had to adjust with screws, but it was, maybe mine was too old and the screws were really hard to adjust. And I mean, once you put the foam on, it was always on, and there's no way to adjust your playing to it. And I never really used it. So really, really, really a big fan of this hip shot bridge. And lately I've had the bug of wanting a different sound, a vintage Rickenbacker sound. I mean, you might be saying like, this is a 1975, it's as vintage as it gets, but no. There's actually an older version, the 4001 from the 60s, had different pickups. It had a toaster pickup here, which is, it's called a toaster because it had two slits and it looks like a toaster, and it's lower output but different sound, more jangly. And it had a horseshoe pickup for the bridge pickup, which had a magnetic horseshoe, and it sounded quite different than the actual high gain pickups that are in this one. And I've wanted that sound for a while, and I've thought, hey, I'm gonna buy a new Rickenbacker 4003 and drop in the Rickenbacker reissue of the toaster and horseshoe pickups. But I mean, a new 4003 is like $3,000 plus all the pickups. So I decided, like, why not try it on this one? I mean, I'm gonna keep the 1975 high gains, but I'm gonna drop in actual reissues of the toaster pickup, the 00031 and the horseshoe 00070 in this bass to see if I really like it. And I mean, I think I'm going to like the sound because I've heard demonstrations on the internet, and it's going to give me like a different, more chimey, more melodic sound for this Rickenbacker and less aggressive. And since I have now a jazz bass, I think that growly, bitey, clanky sound is well covered by the jazz bass. I mean, not exactly the same, but I mean, it's covering that clanky sound, and I think that in a mix, it really delivers. And I'm itching to hear that more chimey, jangly Rickenbacker 60s sound. So the new pickups have finally been installed. That's the toaster here. And that's the horseshoe right there. So the disadvantage of the horseshoe is that this is non-removable. Like, it's not just the pickup cover, that bar goes under the pickup. And I've noticed that when I just put my palm here to palm mute on the bridge, my preferred position for picking was exactly where this thing is, so I have to adjust my technique. It's not quite there yet, but I'm getting better at it. Well, advantage though is that it's a nice hand rest if you want to be picking closer to the neck, over like the neck pickup, which is pretty cool. So I'm going to leave it there. I know it's not a magnet in the new reissue pickup, but it might affect the tone, and I'm going to keep it for now. I might remove it at some point because some people have removed it on that particular pickup and they say it didn't really affect the tone. I'm going to do some A/Bs between these guys and the original 1975 iGains. I have the exact same settings on the preamp, so the only thing that's changed right now is the pickups. Right now I'm going to be testing it in the context of an actual song, and the same song that I was comparing the jazz bass to the Rickenbacker with the high gains. comparing the Rickenbacker with the high gains to the Rickenbacker with the vintage reissue pickups. And I'm going to be doing 2 takes. One take, I'm going to be picking like this side of the horseshoe by palm muting and picking close to the bridge. Which is closer to what I was doing with the high gains, except that with the high gains, when I palm mute and I pick close to the bridge, I want to pick exactly where the horseshoe is blocking me. So I have to adjust my technique, and I'm picking a bit closer to the bridge, so it's a bit more clanky. And then I'm going to do a take where I would usually play with these vintage pickups, and I rest my hand on the horseshoe and I pick sort of above the neck pickup, the toaster. And I'm using like this, the same input chain DI through the Art Pro MPA and the Art Pro VLA with a little bit of compression. And here it's just the slightest thing I'm doing with the Stam. I'm boosting at 3, attenuating at 3, boosting at 3, boosting at 3, attenuating at 3. So it's not a big change. See? Just a little bit more lively. I don't want to overdo it, especially in those kind of shoot down. What's a shoot down? I don't know. All right, so let's do a couple of those takes, and I'm doing this because I want to put some flat ones on it, so at least I have the comparisons of the vintage pickups with the exact same strings, the DR Pure Blues, pure nickel round wound with round core. All right, now I'm going through the Ampeg with the exact same setting. I'm just like on another track here. So this was the high gains. So clearly I'm palm muting there, so. But I'll try without the palm mute. And we'll see what happens. So I did a bunch of vocals on the songs. I used my technique of using different mics for different layers. The main vocals were done with my KU5A, which is a super cardioid ribbon mic. Sounds really good. And I did also some background vocals with the Electro-Voice RE50, which is an omnidirectional dynamic mic. It sounds very sort of honky, but it really adds a nice color to the mix. And since it's omnidirectional, I often sing a bit further away from it to give it a bit of a roomy thing so that those vocals sit back in the mix and I don't really have to do anything or add any reverbs. They just plop in the back of the front vocals and that's it. And I also did some harmonies using my Shure SM7B, which is a bit darker and well, similar to the KU5A, but different in frequency response, so they both marry very well. And I did also a lot of like falsetto and stuff, which sounds really good with my large diaphragm condenser, the Ecotech E350, which it's like a vintage mic at this point. I love that mic. I didn't even know what the hell I was doing when I bought it in 2000, but I really like lucked out and got an amazing vocal mic that I'm still using 25 years later.
C'est le temps de loup qui hurle à la lune sans rancune dans une nuit sombre de février. Je suis une proie remplie d'effroi dans la neige sous un ciel partiel. Dans un futur qui me méprise. Mon univers est tout à l'envers, sombre et sans lumière. Dans la rivière, y a des courants clairs qui mènent à la mer. Mon radeau déferle dans l'eau sans
doing some crash cymbals to really like log down all the instruments of the song. overall, I really like the sound of the vintage like reissue pickups. The Horseshoe is a beast. I mean, it has like it's very, very punchy. I think it has essentially more gain than the high gain. And the toaster has like a very, very like acoustic sounding sound. I think it reminds me sort of the Telecaster like bridge pickup somehow. Like it has that acoustic, nice sound. It really, really like it complements like you're playing. Like the way you play is very much transferred. I guess it's the fact that it has less gain, so it's more affected by the acoustics. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. But I do like the sounds, and I'm very curious to see like how it's going to sound with flat wounds. And with a pick, I'm always playing with a pick. I mean, you could play with. So I mean, it's not like an inexpensive like swap to do on the bass, but it's not super crazy either. Like especially the toaster is just like was like about 200 Canadian dollars. Really satisfied. I'm gonna keep those for a long while. I still have the high gains somewhere like stored away in case I want them back. Right, so here is my album dashboard. For those new here, I gave myself the goal of recording a full album before my birthday next year, which is going to be in August 2026. It's a long timeline because I can only work on it during the weekends, and it's a realizable goal. I mean, with the amount of songs and the progress I'm making right now, it feels like I can make it like by the skin of my teeth, which is what I'm gonna do. So this week I worked on the Temps des Loups, which was part of like the bass comparison, but the bass was already done. Now I'm just comparing like different bass sounds with it. So I did do some crashes. So right now I think the instruments are pretty much all done. So 100%. Polish, I did add a couple little polish things that I'm not showing right now, but it's just I added more like little licks with my Rickenbacker 360 and I added a little melodeon thing behind the vocals and little things. So I think polish, I'm gonna give myself like 60%. I think I'm gonna find some other like cool things to drop in at some point. And as far as vocal goes, well, I essentially did all I wanted to do, but I'm gonna put it at 95 just in case there's like a tiny little 5%. If I notice at some point that I'm really happy with it after listening to it a bunch, I'm gonna lock it down and put it at 100. I'm just putting it at 95 to be conservative right now, since they're really fresh, and I might notice, oh, okay, maybe I could add a little layer here, a little harmony here. And I guess mix, I'm gonna bump it up to like 90%. I still need to like write some volumes and to tweak some things, but like it's pretty well mixed right now. All right, so now this one's at 91%. I'm at 3 songs out of 18 and 39.1%. That's pretty neat. So I was at 37.7 before like doing these things, and now I'm at 39.1, so 1.4%, which is it's pretty good. I mean, I'm gonna try to blast more and get those songs done. So overall, pretty satisfied with those pickups. I'm gonna keep them for a while, so I'm gonna be recording a bunch of songs with them. See you in the future.